So BP Hero Podcast, Season 3, Episode 2. I got all jumbled up here. It's been a minute. I posted the little Q&A thing I was going to do like we do with every podcast back on like August 10th. Will, the guy I did the last podcast with, he's been busy, and he and I haven't had a chance to get our schedules together, so I recorded it solo. Hated it as usual because I don't like solo podcasting. I may do a little bit more. We'll see. But ended up not doing that and deleting it. Ended up doing that and deleting it. And we're doing it again. Will lives in South Carolina, and if you've watched the news at all, I'm sure you've seen that. South Carolina is basically getting ready to get pummeled with this hurricane that's coming. So he's busy in hurricane prep mode. So I got my man Jordan here with me. Jordan has been in a lot of my videos. We hang out all the time. Going to hang out Saturday, watch the major World Series championship games. It's going to be a good time. Right, Jordy?
That's right.
Yeah, it should be a good time. So, Jordy, tell us about yourself. What do you do for fun? How old are you? What's your blood type, date of birth, social security number, bank account?
Well, I'm 31 years old. I live here in Missouri, good old state of Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Just want to give a shout out to Will. Hope he's doing good down there in South Carolina.
Yeah, man. I've been checking in on him.
Hope everything works out for him down there. I've been playing softball for as long as I can remember, probably about 10 years now, a little over 10 years. Played baseball in college for a semester, decided that wasn't for me, and then got right into the slow pitch game.
Who'd you play your first slow pitch games with?
Oh, it was this City of Columbia team, actually, from the water department at the City of Columbia.
The water department?
The water department. They used to have a team back in the day.
Oh, God.
And, started out with them and then just kind of worked my way up. I've played with, quite a few of the guys in Columbia here, and just been fortunate to get on some good teams and work my way up.
Been playing with what, Supplement Nation? You had a little stint there with Schmidt, but
yeah,
otherwise been playing with Supplement Nation the whole time pretty much, right?
Yep, Rio Grande Supplement Nation. That's who I play with, or who I've been playing with. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next year yet, but that's what I'm doing right now. And,
you've been saying you're going to retire for like the last 4 years, but you've yet to do it.
Should. I probably should after this back injury.
Oh, shut up.
Just experienced.
What'd you do to your back?
Well, hadn't played for about a month and decided to go play last night down in Jeff City with some buddies. And first swing, didn't feel too bad, but my second at bat, I hit a pretty good ball and thought I was doing pretty good. And then my third at bat, I was hoping the pitcher wouldn't throw me a strike, so I didn't have to swing the bat because it was hurt, because my back hurt so bad.
You took a turn that quick, huh?
Yeah, it turned quick.
Dang. So you went and would you say you went and got adjusted at the chiropractor?
Yeah.
What do you say? Just your sciatica was all messed up?
Yeah, that lower back muscle, he said all across there. He said, you sure did do her pretty good. He said, you got that messed up pretty well there. It's going to take you a little while, so I'll probably be out for a couple weeks at least. Before I can swing again or anything.
Did he say you pulled a muscle, or was it just something out of place?
It's kind of a combination of both, I think, is what caused it.
Right.
It's just that just really strained that muscle across there, because me, I don't take no baby hacks. Take the daddy hacks.
If you've ever saw Jordan in any of the videos, you would know that he never overswings. Not once, not ever.
Never.
Oh, man, that's such a good time. It's probably one of my favorite things to say to you is don't overswing. See, I think you swing harder when I tell you not to overswing.
Well, that's close your eyes and swing hard. That's the best advice I've ever gotten.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what somebody was like, oh, man. He's like, you need to give me hitting tips or whatever else. What do you do? What do you focus on? I just looked him dead in the eye and I said, if your shoes are still on after you swing, then you didn't swing hard enough. I don't think you really like that answer, but, you got to keep it real.
That's hilarious.
Oh, man. So you were going to play tomorrow and you're not.
No, I was going to play Saturday.
Oh, yeah. I keep thinking today's Friday.
Well, yeah, Saturday I was supposed to play at the lake with some guys, and my body's not going to allow that. And the chiropractor said that was a no-go too, so yeah. I don't want to chance it.
Right. You going to try and play home runs for heroes?
I will. Hopefully I'll be better by then. Trying to figure out who to play with in that, but hopefully our Supplement Nation guys can get a good team in that and give it a run in the competitive division.
Oh, yeah. Melvin usually does a pretty good job of getting a good group of guys together.
Yeah. So I know there's quite a few guys playing rec division too, but to each their own.
So how are they doing that this year? I haven't really paid. I'm not playing, so I haven't paid attention to it.
I don't know. I know that there's one team at least is putting in a team in competitive and in rec. Bash is going to do that. But they're going to put, I don't know how they're splitting it up. But they are going to start games on Friday nights this year, or on Friday night this year. So it'll be a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday tournament this year. Friday night, they're going to start rec on Friday night, and then like competitive and women's on Saturday, and then I think co-ed on Sunday. Then they're playing all the games at Rainbow this year, all at one park. There's over 70 teams registered already. Wow. So if anyone else wants to get in, I mean, the timing's a little short now, but I think they're still taking teams.
Yeah, I mean, I remember playing it. This is the first year that I've missed it since they started doing it. And they had a fairly decent turnout the first year, and it has just evolved and it has grown. And it's amazing. Crazy. Yes, it is.
I mean, and what it stands for, more than that.
Absolutely.
Is just, to me, is more impressive that many people come out to support, our veterans and the military is very impressive to me.
Yes. It's one thing that's always crazy is, they have, probably 7 or 8 tournaments a year at Rainbow, whether it be, U-Trip or NSA or ASA State or, even, the random tournaments here and there. And, they usually get, 8, 10, 12 teams, but for whatever reason, everybody and their brother comes out and plays this tournament. I don't know why. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I ain't mad. It's pretty cool that, they can get that kind of a turnout, but it's just crazy that, you can go from 8, 10, 12 teams clear up to, 80
70.
teams. 70, 80 teams.
That's the one thing I've never understood with tournaments in the Columbia area, especially is, I mean, that's a good topic to kind of go off on there is why can't those tournaments fill, with big numbers?
Right.
Is it prize packages? Is it sanctions? Because the facilities there are some of the best in the state, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, just because everything's right there,
Yes.
I mean, any restaurants you want to eat at, they're all right around there. There's hotels right around there. I think they could do a better job of that. I don't know why it is.
Yeah, I don't either. With it being in Columbia, right there in between, St. Louis and Kansas City, and
exactly,
and, even considering like, the guys like north to Kirksville and even south to Springfield, you figured it'd be a good middle point for everybody, but
right,
for whatever reason, you just don't pull the teams.
Yeah, especially for your state tournaments.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's never understood why they don't just play them all there. I don't know if it's cost involved or that kind of thing. But the fields are nice; they're always in good shape. Old Steve Sucklebeer does a good job on those fields.
Hey,
keeps them in tip top shape. I mean,
hopefully he's listening to this while he's at work.
I hope so. But they all do a great job of keeping those fields in shape. Good concession stand, good beer, and I don't know. I just wish they could hold more tournaments and get a better draw.
Yeah, I don't know. It's in this this coming. Well, sorry, next weekend. I guess Home Runs for Heroes is next weekend. That tells me that the potential is there to draw those teams because you got teams coming from everywhere.
Yep.
But
I guess maybe it's just because of what it stands for. I guess.
Sure. And it's always good to play a big field of teams too. It's always better than playing because that's kind of the other downside of playing tournaments at Rainbow is a lot of the times you play. It's kind of funny, you've got your Columbia B League, which is like the highest competitive softball league that we have here around here. You've got all the B League guys. There's 8 teams, and usually at least 5 of those teams are signed up in every tournament in Columbia. So you play the same guys all the time.
A lot of them don't travel anywhere else either. So that's...
No. And that's fine, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's still softball and you enjoy playing, but man, bring in some out of town teams somehow to just at least mix it up a little bit so you don't have to play the same guys all the time.
Yeah. Who knows? It's a tough thing, I mean, it's just it gets tiresome playing the same guys over and over again.
Right. But the nice thing is at least their tendencies and what they're going to do.
Well, true that. That's true. That way.
Like
the same pitcher.
Yeah, like we know Jordan is going to swing out of his shoes every time.
Every time, and probably not going to hit backside.
I think that makes me the maddest about playing against you is you won't hit backside unless you're unless I say something, then you'll do it just to prove a point.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, of course. I mean, I could do it. It's just not a choice
Oh,
that I
God.
like to choose.
Wear me out with that stuff, I swear.
I need a backside bat.
Oh, well, you need make sure you got your pulling bat and your home run bat.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a bat for all the different
Right.
swings.
Well, you've been
Probably
swinging
a
this
little.
year. I know you kind of bounce around. Have you
Well,
settled in with anything?
I, not really. I have the, I don't know, what is it, 14 maybe, Jeff Hall,
Yeah.
legit. And for an S3E2 trip, and I don't swing it very often. I mean, it's probably got it looks like it has 1,000 swings on it, and I bet it doesn't even have 500.
Right.
Just from the dirt and stuff out there.
Right.
For ASA, I've been swinging. I swing the boom boss, and then I'll swing the forbidden name.
I was wondering if you were going to say that.
And then U-Trip, I really love the Eastons. The new Fireflex. I mean, that's pretty much that, and the blue line. I mean, that's what I swung. I messed around with the branch for a little while, and it was all right. I mean, I just don't. There's not a lot out there that compares to those Eastons right now.
The Eastons are really good. I will say that. I just got
just
done.
Feel.
Yes. I just got done hitting the 2019, the Fireflex 2, just like an hour before I got home. We got started on this, and I guess if you're listening to the podcast, you'll hear it here first. It's good. I feel like it might be a little stiffer than last year's. I swung a 26, so I didn't get really a good idea of like how it's going to drive a ball, because I cannot for the life of me drive a ball with a 26-ounce bat. All I do is just overswing every time.
That's all I've been swinging.
I don't know how you do it.
I just sheer power.
You just do it.
I guess I just do it.
I've been thinking, and I think I'm going to do it. I might start on that when we get done with the podcast here. I kind of want to make like a, one of the, you got all these Nike memes going around because of Colin Kaepernick, and I thought it'd be kind of funny to do, like a slow pitch meme of that. Like they said we didn't have any home runs left, but I hit one anyway. Get some dude like swinging out of his shoes or something.
No, that would not be me. Yeah, we played last night in Jeff City, and they had a 3 home run limit. They were all gone in the first inning.
What you said you played with Han and them?
Yeah, it was a bunch of his guys that they use in Osage League.
Oh, I got you.
And it was a good time. It's really, really relaxed down there. It's definitely a lot different than Columbia.
So where was that at? Was that at 63 Diamonds, or was that at that other?
No,
what's the other one?
At Binder.
Yes, Binder.
Binder Park. That's where it was. And it's just, there wasn't. They looked like they had quite a few teams in the league.
Really?
And they set their home and away before you get down there, so you already know.
Really?
If you're home or away, they don't flip every game.
Is it a doubleheader?
Yes, it's doubleheader league.
So you just flip. I guess you just flip flop next
yeah,
game.
One game you're home, one game you're away.
Huh. Interesting.
And I think that's a really good idea, honestly.
Yeah, sure. And even if if the game finishes and the team in the field's home team for the next game, just start the next game.
Right. Yeah.
I mean that's what I would do if I was running the league, but
right. Oh, there's a lot of things we could do better in league.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother episode.
Have they got any of the B League in for? I guess technically it's a C League for Thursdays. Have they started any of that yet?
They did. I think they played last week. Or last week we got all the rain.
Dude, it's been raining so much I forgot.
Right. I think
insane.
I can't remember if they played last week or not. I don't think they played last week because I think last week we were getting poured on. But they are playing tonight. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I'm not playing because I have basketball stuff on Thursdays.
Oh, okay.
with the high school here in town, so I haven't been playing on Thursdays. But they got 8 teams, I think, in the doubleheader league. So yeah.
So you talk about things you could do different in league. That's another thing I don't understand is all year long the doubleheader B League is on Tuesdays.
Right.
And then at the end of the year, they decide, let's do the doubleheader league for C on Thursdays.
Which is way better. I think that's way better in my opinion.
Dude, the C or on Thursdays?
On Thursdays. I would rather have our league on Thursdays instead of Tuesdays.
Why is that?
It's just later in the week. I mean, that way if I go out and have a few too many beverages, I can still go to work the next day, and it's Friday anyway. So
right.
it doesn't mean anything.
True.
But
Very
no,
true.
I think Tuesday's so early in the week, for everyone. You play a 6 o'clock game on a Tuesday, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, both teams. It doesn't matter who you're playing. Everyone's not ready to be out there just quite yet at 6 on a Tuesday. I just think Thursdays, everyone's looking forward to Friday and the weekend, and
Right.
Thursdays would be a lot more fun for everyone.
What was it Spencer says? He says, no, he says, we're a 6:30 team. We ain't a 6 o'clock
Yeah.
team. We're a 6:30 team.
It's so true, though. I mean, it's just so true.
Yeah.
The 6 o'clock games are always just dragging.
Yeah. You get people out there, especially when it's hot. People are out there just like hating their lives. They've been sitting inside in the air conditioning all day. Yeah.
Not quite used to it, and then they get out there. Yeah.
There's something else. We were talking about league, and I was going to use that as a segue to get into something else, but I can't remember what.
Oh.
I do not know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Oh, man. Good job. Way to go.
My bad.
Hero. No. I mean, we've just been sitting here rambling. God, what was it? I don't know. But anyway, Major Worlds. U-Trip Major World Series. It's actually going right now. It started.
Yeah.
Did it start today or yesterday?
I thought you said it started today, but.
Oh, man. You know what?
That's what you had told me earlier. Surely, how many teams are in it?
I think 18.
I was going to say there's not that many. So they like to drag that one out, though.
Yeah. Let me see. Because I'm actually second guessing that now because I had it planned out. I had my night planned out. Because the major teams obviously play later because they're further up in the bracket.
Right.
The 3 major teams, and they basically play back to back to back.
So it's majors. Those are A teams.
What's that?
Majors teams and A teams in the majors bracket.
Yeah, major A and double A. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Here we go. World Bracket Tournament. Live stream link 19th to 23rd. Okay, no, it's not. It is next weekend. God, I did that last weekend too.
Oh, it is next weekend. Okay.
What am I thinking of? I must be thinking of Double A Worlds.
I'm gonna be out of town next weekend.
Where are you gonna be?
Up north.
Oh.
I'll get that stuff ready.
Oh, I guess it is about that time, about hunting season.
It's about hunting season. That's right.
I don't know if there's many hunting folks in the audience
in the
here.
BP Hero audience.
Yeah, that is not me. I know a little bit about hunting. I shot a deer one time. But
shot at a deer or shot a deer?
I'm one for one. Well, I think I was 16 or 17. I was hunting with another friend of mine named Jordan, and I'd gone hunting with him for a couple of years in the past, just to get out and kind of do that thing. And I finally decided, hell with it. I'm gonna get a gun, get a tag. I'm gonna go. And I shot at one deer. I killed one deer. Never hunted again.
That's 1,000% or 100%. That's pretty good.
And
You're batting 1,000 there.
Yeah, and to do it better, I shot her right through the heart.
Oh, well, even better. You didn't even ruin any meat.
Just like the ladies. But no, looks like the major starts next Wednesday. So it is a good thing I had my days mixed up. So it'll start next Wednesday. And let's see. I think these times are Eastern time. So I guess if you're in the Central time zone, looking like things would probably start about, as far as the major teams, I think they kick off at, let's see, we got Smash It at 6:30. So that'd be, 5:30 here? Is that right?
Yep.
And then Pure plays before that, so they play at 5. So basically the end of the night's going to go, the end of Wednesday night will go Pure Sports, Smash It Sports, then Resmondo, and then Dan Smith at 9:30, which would be 8:30 here. So
and that's a Space Coast. Is that a Space whatever? The new place down there?
Yes. It is. It is indeed.
No more Helmer's Wall.
I know, right?
Just may not be the same.
I don't know. It's weird watching. I've watched a few of the live feeds there since they moved there. It's just, I don't know. I mean, it's different. It's different. It's obviously a very nice facility. You could just tell by looking at it, but it just doesn't have that feel to it that, the tournaments in years past did, being at the wide world of sports. So, I don't know, like you said, there's no Helmer's Wall. There's no scoreboards for Greg Cannell to hit balls over. And no flags in the left for Ryan Harvey to terrorize. And
Or Kyle Pearson hit that home run. You see that?
oh, oh, that's so funny. So let's see. Let's go ahead and transition into some of the good old Q&A.
Yeah.
I lost that page. Now I'm going to pull that back up.
Yeah, I got it up.
Do you? Kick us off then. What do you got?
Troy Strong's got a good question here. Looks like thoughts on Pure. I guess he's talking about the Pure, the Pure bats.
Mm-hmm.
I've never swung one. I know you have.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about them, but
yeah, the Pure Integrity. I swung it last year. I haven't swung any of this year's stuff. But the Pure Integrity last year made my best of U-Trip for 2017 list. That thing was insane. I mean, it practically with no swings on it. It did have some paint issues that the owner reached out to me. I guess he thought that it was my bat. He reached out to me and said, hey, look, I'll repaint this bat. I'll do whatever I need to fix this for you. And I was like, look, man, I said, this isn't my bat. It's this guy's bat. I can have him send a message or you can send him a message. And he reached out to him and sent him a message. And I believe had the bat repainted for him or offered to, give him a new bat when that one broke. I can't remember what ended up coming out of that. But, I mean, he was willing to make it right. And that's a big thing.
Yeah, that is a big deal. I mean, and that's what he was saying here. Does the hype live up to the weight? Yeah. Because I know that their bats are way out right now, especially with those Pure Fusions where they, here's the FIB technology supposedly in those bats.
I've got one of those coming. I think it's a 28. And the interesting thing about those is I know a couple guys that have swung them and said they were just stiff and didn't really hit all that well. Mm-hmm. And then the guy that sent me the one that's coming, he's like, hey, man, I got like 10 swings on this thing. And the owner messaged me and said, hey, these things test at like 380 or 400 in the wrapper.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. 380 or 400 in the wrapper. I mean, that's insane. Like I remember, guys used to hate like the 2015 Eastons. Those things tested like, seemed like fucking 500. Oop, pardon French. Those things tested like 500. It felt like, but
yeah,
dude, if you ever got them broke in, they hit well. But it just 400 in the wrapper. That's insane. So, he said basically just send it, see what happens. So.
The Eastons are a little different now.
Sure. Yeah. So, we're going to basically put that Pure through its paces and kind of see what it'll do.
Yeah, I'm interested to check to see about that one.
Maybe if your back gets all healed up, you can come over swing it sometime.
Coming over swing.
Show us how it's done. Let's see. I'm looking at them now. Let's see what else we got here. If I can get this pulled up. Come on, computer. There we go. Okay. I like these immature questions. I wish we could get more of these when I post this Q&A stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to talk softball, but I also like getting off topic a little bit sometimes too and talking about some dumb stuff. My buddy Scott says, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
I don't know.
I mean,
I think I'd have to go with the 100 duck-sized horses. The ducks can be mean now.
But duck-sized horses are fast. How are you going to outrun 100 of them?
I just kick them.
100 of them?
Yeah, all of them. Just turn around. Bring it on, boys.
I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going one horse-sized duck.
Man, that duck get a hold of you. Oh. He ain't letting go.
No, he probably ain't letting go. But that's all right. I feel like if I can at least, maybe neutralize it with a maybe I'll go 2 for 2. Maybe I'll get the gun back out and shoot it.
Oh, man. Well, if we're going that way, yeah.
Yeah. So you always got to think outside the box a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got cracking here? Here's a funny one. We haven't talked about ASA State. Well, I guess we'll lump it into one whole thing here. Okay. Tony Wales says, does an E team that wins with 9 guys deserve to be bumped to D? And what he's talking about, we played ASA E-State, me and Tony and a few other guys that are local here. Some of them don't have any softball experience at all. We had 3 D players, which I believe were me and Tony and Nick Ray. And from there, we just had a bunch of other guys that hadn't played. And I feel like we were truly an E team. we were supposed to have 12 guys, and one guy got called into work. Another one. Do you know Tim and Dylan? Tim and Dylan Wheeler. Do you know them at all?
I do not.
No.
But that's another good topic. Here we go.
Okay. So
I'll save it for a bit.
Okay. So we had one guy that had to go to work. That's understandable.
Right.
Dylan and his dad were on their way home from Illinois, hit a deer at like 11 o'clock, and blew the radiator out of the car. So they were stranded over there. Couldn't do anything because they couldn't get anywhere to get any parts or get anything to fix it or
oh man,
anything like that. Yeah, so they had to stay in a hotel over there, and there was obviously no way he was going to make it there because they had to get up and get the car fixed before they could come home. So they had him, and then had another guy that I won't name because I'm not going to drag anybody through the mud. We had another guy that just completely no-showed us. Didn't say, hey, I'm not coming, nothing like that. Literally didn't call. I'm not sure that he ever once apologized for not coming, explained himself to anybody or anything. Like 2-3 days later, he just left the group chat and never said a word.
Huh.
I mean, if that's how you roll, that's cool, but
don't do that, man.
No, that's not cool, man.
No.
Because there was a couple people that knew him. We kind of asked them, like, hey, have you seen so-and-so? And said, oh, yeah, well, he was at the bar last night at midnight, and we left him there. So, I just feel like, you owe it to the 9 other guys that you left behind. At least say, hey, man.
Right. I messed up.
Yeah, whoopsie do. It is what it is.
Anyways.
Yeah, stuff happens. But anyway, so we ended up with 9 guys playing E-State and scrapped out. We scrapped it out. We ended up going 2-2. And I cannot believe, dude, I don't think we were talking about this before we started recording. So it's nothing against any of the guys that I'm talking about on the team, but ADL, if you're local here, you know who that is. They played and won ASA D-State 3 years in a row. And really shame on the director for letting them play it 3 years in a row, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just insane. I mean, I think one year they didn't have C. The next year there was only like 3 or 4 C teams. And then the year after that, they didn't have C again. So they wanted to play D so they could play more teams.
Right. And it's all good and well that you're going to leave them there, but you need to leave other people there too.
Sure, absolutely.
That's the big deal with me. I mean, having, bumps and non-bumps and all these sanctions.
Right.
Is if you're going to bump somebody, you got to bump, you can't just leave another team down because they know you.
Right.
Or something, I mean, and I'm not saying that's, that was what happened with them or anything like that,
No.
but
I'm not
just in general.
Right. I'm not sure if maybe, they manipulated rosters. I know the first year they appealed and won their appeal. And even the year, they played C State this last year, they ended up, playing C because they didn't want to make the drive to play D.
Yeah.
And wanted to play C because they legitimately had a C team this year as far as rosters go. And somehow they told me that they still would have been able to play D had they wanted to.
For a 4th year in a row.
Yeah, it's just insane to me. They ended up having a really good day and duked it out with Synergy. I don't know if any of you guys saw on Facebook Live or saw the videos that I posted on YouTube of those games. That was probably two of the best softball games I've watched in, years.
I'll say we played them tight. We almost had them.
Did you really?
Yeah, we lost by 1.
That's tough. I'd almost rather lose by a bunch than lose by 1. I really would.
Yeah.
At least, you can say, we just didn't hit it.
Right, takes the what ifs out of it.
Yeah, we just didn't hit, or we just didn't do this, or we just didn't do that, and instead it's, I could have hit this ball here, or I could have did this or did that, and oh man. But back on topic. So we go 2-2 with 9 guys at E-State, and I guess there was a few guys that were interested in maybe trying to make the trip and going to nationals, and then the director decides, you know what? No, we're gonna go ahead and bump you guys to D, so you can't even go to nationals.
See, that's wrong.
Yeah, it's just like, what the heck, man? That's messed up.
Why are you taking nationals out of a team, away from a team that's never even played really before?
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. We went 2-2 with 9 guys. I'm not saying that maybe we didn't belong in E. I'm not saying that, but with the 10th guy, it definitely changes the outcome for us. That's for sure.
Right.
But I don't know, just kind of a tough pill to swallow.
But I saw some other guys down there playing E too that You know,
yeah.
I mean,
There was
what's the fun in that? You know, I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand it.
I mean, I can see where he was coming from. I know who you're talking about. I mean, he just wanted to play with his friends. You know, I mean, it's not like he was out there trying to pull a quick one or anything like that. I mean, you know, he wasn't shy in the fact of admitting that, you know, he was who he was and he was there playing E.
Oh, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just talking in general.
Right.
You know, just I went up and watched a EU tournament, state tournament in Kansas City, and because Carly was playing, my wife was playing women's.
Right.
And we look at some of those guys out there playing, and they're like, "You're playing in a C tournament."
Yeah, I think your wife won women's state, didn't she?
She did. The Kansas Missouri women's state. They did.
Look at her go.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You know, it didn't involve me really, so I didn't think about it. But
right. I hate to do this to you. I got to go get my computer charged real quick. I thought I was going to have enough battery to make it, but I'm not.
All right. That's fine.
I can either cut this out or you can tell a story. I'll leave it up to you.
I don't really have any stories, so.
Okay, I'm back. Did you tell a story?
I did not. I don't have any good stories.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, I like to. I can't talk by myself. You know, I'm not real big.
Yeah,
I can talk to somebody, you know, for hours, but talking
sure.
to myself, I'm just not good at that.
Yeah, now people wonder why I won't do a solo podcast.
It's hard. I mean, you just feel like you're talking to yourself and answering your own questions is kind of boring.
Well, when I do it, I feel like, I'm sitting here giving my opinion on something, but I feel like, pardon my language, I feel like an opinionated asshole when I do a solo podcast, because it's like I'm right, nobody else is, you know, because there's nobody else to like debate things with, so it's like I'm making myself sitting here sound like I'm right, you're wrong, shove it. But oh well, it is what it is.
Excuse me.
I say that a lot, but anyway, let's see what else you want to do.
Is it okay to pitch around or intentionally walk someone in league play? That's from Nick Kinder, I believe.
Yeah. Nick watches the podcast, and he's been a member of the page here for a while. I appreciate his support, but continue. Sorry, just want to give him a little shout out.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, I know that in our league, you know, B league, which it's not really B. Let's first throw that out there.
Yeah, compared to the others, it is level B because it starts at E and goes from there.
Right, but yes, I mean everyone wants to win. Don't get me wrong. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people say I'm coming to league for swings and all this. Yeah, but in the end, you really want to win the game.
Right.
You know, let's not you know talk like you don't want to win. If you don't win, then why are you playing? That's the way I always look at it. But
right. I mean, you don't show up planning to get your stuff pushed in every week. You show up to win.
Right. And I think it's all right. I mean, I don't think there's. I mean, if you got a guy you know is going to blast one out, you know, we get 6 home runs. I mean, most of those are gone, you know, by the time it comes to that. But
right.
But you know, you got a guy coming up who can do it. I mean, I've been walked plenty of times. You've been walked. I mean, we've all had it happen to us.
Right.
And it's just part of the game. I mean, I don't understand why guys get mad when that happens, and just have faith in your teammate behind you. You know. I mean, that's the biggest thing to me. Is I see guys get mad about that and stuff.
Sure.
You're kind of putting the guy behind you down, you know, and that's not good for a team.
No,
but
I mean,
you just take the walk and go on. Let that next guy do it.
Yeah,
that's his job.
One thing that sticks out to me, you talk about stories of being walked and stuff like that. We were playing Damon and them one night, and I had 2 home runs already that game. Came up with a chance to walk it off. I didn't even make it to the batter's box. And the dude was basically like, nope, catcher. I mean, the catcher didn't even let me, you know, walk towards the plate. He said, hey, he said, go to first. And you know what? That's fine. Like, you know,
it almost feels kind of good. You know?
Oh yeah. I'm not here to pad my own ego, but yeah, it's like, you know what? All right.
But I mean, you know, to show that someone else has that, you know, if the other team shows that, you know, chooses to do that to you, it says something to what they think about you, you know, and that.
Sure.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. That's the way I've always looked at it, anyways.
And you know, it was funny you talk about that story for a minute. You know, the second they walked me, it was in the vlog because my camera went dead. The second they walked me, the joke was on them. I had Josh Hendricks sitting behind me. Josh is a good hitter. He can hit the crap out of the ball. He's good for some home runs. And the second they walked me, Josh was behind me. joke's on you guys, ball game anyway. I wanted to look at him and say that, but, you know, I didn't want to be the cocky jerk. But when they put me on base, came up with Josh with the bases loaded, you know, you sealed your fate right there.
Yeah. And it's just part of the game.
Sure.
When you do it in baseball, they do it.
Yeah.
And I've seen it done every week.
Yeah, and it's like you said, you know, don't be mad. Have confidence in the guy behind you.
Yeah, that's the representative of a good team.
Sure, absolutely. So I don't know. I mean, competitive stuff like that, I can kind of justify walking somebody. I won't just look at somebody and say take your base, but I'll throw some trash to see if I can get under your skin to get you to swing at something.
Oh yeah.
And when I'm talking trash, I'm talking like if you swing at this pitch, somebody's going to look at you and say, "What the hell are you doing?" But I'm at least going to challenge you. I can't think of the last time I just like pointed to first base and said, "Go on and get out of here." But I don't know. In a competitive league, something like that, yeah, sure, I can justify it. If we're talking like, you know, D League, kind of almost rec borderline stuff, dude, just go up there and hit.
Right. Yeah.
And to further the topic here a little bit, stretching this topic out a little bit, what about, I had this happen to me and it made me so mad that I did that thing I was talking about where you just throw trash up there and, you know, I ended up swinging anyway because I was so mad. If you buy an armband, I feel like if you buy an unlimited armband at a fundraiser tournament, it's an insult to everyone that's a part of that tournament if you try and walk the guy that bought the armband.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It got under my skin. We were playing on some
it should honestly pass down.
Yeah, it should pass down, or the guy that buys the band shouldn't be able to walk.
Right.
I mean, you eventually got to throw him something, or you know maybe if he walks he gets a double. You got to do some kind of incentive for basically penalizing him for being a good hitter.
Yeah.
So, you know, that stuff always drives me nuts. You see somebody buying an armband and then they pitch around them.
You almost go into the DHH rule, you know.
Sure. You got to do something.
Which I love that rule. I mean, I think that's a great rule that they have in GSL.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. I think it was I don't think you were there that day. It was the day that Tony Perry got in that scuffle at home plate with those guys from Kansas City. Were you there?
No, I was not. That was a GSL tournament. Yeah.
Right, but that game was a ton of fun to watch because you know both teams got home runs. They walked to DHH, but then the other team got a home run. You know, then they got the home run. I mean, it was crazy. You know, when
it really changes. It changes the game.
Absolutely, and you know it's real big on the DHH to know, hey, you know, if I can take a walk here, the whole team gets a home run, so I don't have to hit this if I don't want to. I mean, it's
almost smart.
Oh, man,
it's almost smart to bat your DHH leadoff.
Yeah, a 2-hole. I think a good spot for DHH is 2-hole.
Or 2-hole. Yeah.
Yeah, at least let somebody get on in front of him so you can hit one out.
Yep.
But let's see what else we got here.
Oh, that's the next one down. Was a good one too.
What's that? Oh, temps on how they affect balls and bats.
Yeah.
Let's see. When to pressure the defense. Reading a pitcher. Hide your stance in the box. Read the defense. Let's see.
Temps definitely affect how the ball flies, in my opinion.
Sure. 52s, I feel like it doesn't affect those as much.
They were flying. They were flying last night.
Well, but I'm talking like, you know, the air cools off. Yeah, they're going to fly better. But what I'm referring to is like if it gets down to 40 degrees, they're not going to hit like you hit a classic game at 40 degree weather. You know, you're going to feel like fucking Brad Helmer up there. But, you know, you don't get that out of the 52. And that's kind of what I like about it. Sure, it's going to fly a little better, but that has a lot to do with the air and you know, the humidity not just soaking the ball too.
Correct.
But I don't know. I like the 52 because it is a little more consistent, but it's hard to say no to hitting a hard ball in the cold. Like you know, it's like playing those snowballs and stuff. It's almost like, man, you know, who's signing up for the snowball this year?
we played those first tournaments in Kansas City this year when it was real cold back in March.
Yeah.
Insane, man. I hit balls that I should have never been hitting. They were going a long, long way.
Yeah, I love it. You know, Kyle also asked about reading a pitcher. Not really sure. I guess Trying to figure out what he means by that. Maybe, trying to figure out what the pitcher's got in mind for what he's going to throw you. But you should be able to read the defense and see that.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, that's because
especially in higher level ball. I mean, that's just part of it.
Sure, because a good pitcher is going to pitch to his defense. So, I guess he kind of said, read the defense. That kind of goes in hand with it there. Hiding your stance in the box. I see people that want to get way off the plate, or some people that want to walk the box. You can tell if you get some people that want to walk, you immediately know they're going to push.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You can give yourself away, but at the same time, it's slow pitch softball. You can say, "Hey, I'm going to hit it here."
Right.
Hit it there. I mean, they still got to field it. So
yep.
That's kind of how I feel about that. Who's winning the conference this year? And the classification system and how to fix sandbagging.
There's a lot of opinions there.
That's a whole podcast in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I think is going to win the conference this year? It's going to be a major team. I do know that.
Yeah. I mean, I always impartial to pull for Bezat and those guys,
Sure.
Just because I played with him before, and against him, with him, whatever.
Being the hometown guy.
Yeah. I mean, you're always going to be a homer, or have a little homer in you.
Sure.
I mean, and he's a good dude, and
let's be real. I mean, they've got a really good team. They've got almost unlimited power. Hitting in an unlimited tournament to finish the year with. They're obviously the favorite. Sorry if any of the Rosmondo guys are listening, but I'm kind of pulling for Dan Smith here to kind of come up with the upset. I feel like they've got the tools to get it done, so we just need to see if they can. I don't know. I'm kind of a Dan Smith fan. Yeah. So maybe they'll pull off the upset. My gut says Rosmondo, but I'm pulling for Dan Smith, so I guess we'll see what happens there.
We just can't forget about Smash It either.
No, you definitely can't count them out, but
they got unlimited pretty much power on there too. So.
I think Ryan Harvey's home runs almost count for 2.
guys that can hit the balls for days,
Absolutely. Let's see. Here's one I like. Tim Arnold says, it's a little out of his element, but I have something I would like for you to cover. Hitting middle. you and I are going to get on this topic. Hitting middle when a guy you are friends with personally is on the mound. Personally, I'm a pitcher, and last weekend I played against some guys, and I would say are pretty good buddies of mine, and they tried to peel my face off several times. I know they're good enough to keep it away from the middle. Am I wrong for thinking that's just crappy of them to do that to me, or is it just a thought? Keep up the great work. Thanks, man, first of all, for enjoying everything. I think this kind of goes back to the B League thing.
And it goes to league and tournament, too.
Yeah. I personally, if you hit at me, which, you've hit around me. I don't think I've ever fielded anything from you. You've hit around me before. I mean, you're there to win. If you're playing a tournament that's not some, BS, fundraiser, Meemaw's, I'm stealing a line from Brent here. Meemaw's cat died. We got to get her a new one. Let's have a tournament. God, I hope Brent's listening. I hope he listens to this.
I'm not out there to address somebody in that. That's for sure.
Right. But if it's a state championship or even just, a sanctioned tournament, you're playing for points, playing for a prize.
Yeah.
I'm there just as much as you are to win.
Right.
So, if it happens, it happens. And I personally, as a pitcher, kind of welcome some of that stuff. I don't mind being hit at. And
I think a lot of it's another position on the field. Is the way I've always looked at it.
Sure.
And in league, I'm not going to try to hit you. That's a given. I'll open my stance up on purpose to pull the ball and not try to hit you. But you float that thing outside, it may come back at you.
Yeah. If it does, it does. That's one thing. And even in the B League, if we're in a close game, like I expect anybody to hit at me.
Right.
I mean,
especially if you're in a 4-man.
Yeah, 4-man or even a 5-man, even to that matter. I mean, it's so secret I can't get to my feet very well. So if I'm looking to get on base, if I'm hitting and I'm looking to get on base and I'm pitching to myself, I'm hitting at my feet. I'm the closest guy to get a ball by, and knowing I can't get to my feet very well, that's where the ball's going. But, it's one of those things, if I float you a pitch outside and you make it out because you didn't want to hit it back at me in a close game, shame on you, Jordan.
I always tell Logan I'm going to hit him in the mask.
You tell everybody that. That doesn't count. Well, you always say, wear your shin guards, wear your mask. Every time I see you in the concession stand right before I play you, you're basically telling me to dress like a medieval knight and throw you outside.
In no way, am I trying to do that. I hit a guy one time, 2 times in a tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Guys that I used to play with.
Yeah, I remember that. I think I had that on film.
It mentally took me out of the game. Because I felt so bad.
Right.
For doing it. And that's just not the type of person that I am, first of all. And
do you ever have that?
I don't know that I've ever met anyone that there's a lot of guys out there that play, and I'm pretty much friends with, almost everyone.
Sure.
Or try to be that way and just don't burn any bridges and all that. But I hit the dude twice, and I felt horrible.
Right.
Just absolutely ruined the day for me.
So,
and then
go ahead.
And now we just give each other crap about it, whenever we see each other.
Sure. So let me ask you this: is there ever that one pitcher that it seems like no matter what you do, you can't not hit a ball back at him? Do you ever have that problem?
I can't say that, but there's some that that you want to do that too. I will say that, but
yeah, I can't really. I've targeted a pitcher a time or two, but I'm talking like no matter what you try and do with the ball. I guess you said no, but I honestly can't say that that I do have that issue with it. Poor Leighton Melville. A couple years ago, it seemed like we ran into him playing everywhere. And for the life of me, I could try to go left center gap, try to go right center gap, try to go over his head, and all it was a laser back at his face every time. I broke his glove in Jeff City. I hit a ball back at him so hard. And I feel so bad. He don't care. He'll tell you he don't care. Leighton's another one of those guys. Like, he wants you to hit at him. He likes the action. Yeah. But I personally feel bad. Like, that's pretty much where I draw the line as far as, hitting middle, especially against somebody I know. I don't mind going middle. I'll go middle on anybody, but I don't want to go head high on somebody, especially when they're not wearing a mask.
Yeah, exactly. Head high is, yeah.
And it seemed like that no matter how I tried to hit the ball, it happened to me in 2 different tournaments, and it's happened in the league a couple of times. No matter where I try and hit the ball, when I'm hitting off of him, it goes right back at his head. I hate it.
Yeah, you kind of screw yourself mentally.
Right.
It's a mental thing. I think a lot of it is just you're trying so hard not to do it that you do it,
Yeah, try so hard to lift the ball or get it over him. That's what happened in I think it was the one where I broke his glove. It had a whole bunch of topspin on it, and it just went like right off the very end of his glove.
Yeah.
I was just trying so hard to go over him. They were in a 4-man. I was trying so hard to just go over his head that I was trying to I don't. There's some people that can control that topspin a little bit, and I can't. But God, I was trying because I was tired of hitting at him, and it didn't work. All it did was just top it at his head instead of hit a laser at his head. Yeah. So Leighton, if you're listening, or somebody says, "Hey, Leighton, listen to this podcast," Jesse Dollar's talking about hitting your head off. Sorry, Leighton.
Yeah. No, it's just one of those things. It's another position on the field, and that the guys that get mad about balls getting hit back at them.
Getting mad don't do you no good.
I see it. I know why you're mad, and a lot of guys aren't. There's a lot of guys out there that they're not trying to hit you, but sometimes guys miss, and that just happens to be where a lot of misses go.
Right. My thing with the guys that get mad. And even if it does get out of hand, because I'm not saying, every batter 1 through 10 should go up there looking to just rip the pitcher's lips off. But if that happens and you get mad and start talking trash, that's not going to fix anything. That's just going to encourage a team to do it more.
Right, because they know they're in your head already.
Right. What's going to stop it is your guys backing you up. It don't matter. If you've got 10 guys hitting at you and you're the only one hitting back, well, that's not going to solve anything. You've got as a teammate, you've got to be willing to back your guy up a little bit, saying, hey, if you're going to hit at our pitcher, we can hit at yours too. It's kind of funny. Kevin Roach, sorry, Roach, we throw you under the bus, but I've heard him say more than once, that's fine if you want to do that. We've got more pitchers than you do. I promise. So, sometimes you just got to call it for how it is. You got to be willing to go to the line for your guys. And I think that's something that doesn't get, maybe covered or taken care of enough is, a guy gets mad. Oh, well, so-and-so hit at me this many times. Like, fine. Unless your team's willing to back you up, don't sit around and complain about it.
Right.
But, new topic.
Have you ever played a tournament that allowed stealing? Thoughts on guys who leave craters in the batter's box from Morgan King.
Oh, I see it down there now. Yeah. I mean, we play ASA all the time, and you can steal an ASA. I think it catches a lot of people off guard. I post those ASA state games, and everybody's like, why is he stealing bases? This must be some kind of unsanctioned crap. No, it's just ASA, dog.
Yeah. And I personally, I don't care for it personally, but
I like it because I think it keeps the game moving. It's not one of those like, oh, the ball went by me. Let me lollygag to go get it.
Yeah.
And it is always awesome. Another person that I know won't listen to this, but if somebody wanted to say, hey, they're talking about you, Bryce K. That dude can get some bags now.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching him. It's, somebody get on base and, hey, we need a runner. It don't matter if he just scored from first. He's going back out there, and he's going to get second, and he's going to get third every time. Yep. And then he'll try and steal home the second a ball gets past the catcher. It's awesome. I love it. He'll always say, I'm going to go out here and terrorize these mother effers every time. It's my favorite.
The second part of that was the thoughts on guys who leave craters in the batter's box. I mean, that's kind of the field conditions, in my opinion.
Yeah. Because
it's not so much on the batter as it is, just the conditions of the field.
Sure.
I think like at Rainbow, I think they should dig the boxes out and put turf in there. But
yeah, at least put, like around home plate or, do something. But until they do,
because you don't have
talk about it.
Right, exactly.
Let's see. Do a couple more. We're rolling up on the hour mark.
Wow.
Kind of snuck up on us here. I didn't realize
that's what happens when you talk. That's just how it is.
Well, I said I didn't want to talk to you for that long, and I'm sitting here talking to you for that long. What's your battery at? You said we were at 64% when you started.
Let's see here. 46.
Oh yeah, you're plenty good. Let's see. Pizza. There has to be a show on pizza. Absolutely, there does. If anybody that's listening to this is friends with Darren Kendrick on Facebook, he's been having all these pizza polls, man. It just cracks me up so bad. I love it. We need to do that. We need to have a pizza tournament this winter. That's what we ought to do is get together. Yeah, get together at Logan's office and have like a battle of the pizza.
Let's see here.
Let's see. Let's do one more.
Easton's come back here, yeah, for sure.
Let's see.
You pick it.
What are we gonna do? Kind of talk about hitting situations a little bit as far as like the middle stuff. I don't want to sit here and just harp on middle.
I mean, we could talk about sanction, but
how about this Ryan Craven thing? Embarrassing stuff that's happened to you on the ball field before.
Oh, striking out looking. That was one of the most embarrassing things.
Dude, I've did that like 3 times this year. Is it really that embarrassing? Because now I'm starting to feel embarrassed.
Oh, I get embarrassed.
Oh, man. I don't know. Man, I think I just get too picky sometimes. But I've struck out looking like 3 times. I think the last one, you were there. I think we were playing you all.
Yes. Yeah, you did.
That young kid, like, I just turned around like, I don't say anything to umpires. Never. And I just turned around and looked at him. I was like, are you effing serious? I mean, I couldn't believe it. And I come back out there and I was like, look, dude, because I was pitching. I was like, look, man, I apologize for cussing at you. It just kind of came out. I said, was that at least close to being too high? Dude, it was 12 feet at least. And like, it crossed me over my head. That's not we're talking ASA play here.
Yeah.
So the ceiling is 10 feet. It was at least 12 feet, and it did not cross any part of my body. And he rung me up because it landed where what a mat would have been. Oh, my God. I'm getting infuriated just thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
As far as embarrassing stuff that's happened to me.
I got hit into Wiener the other night.
Oh, did you really?
I was playing first base, and the runner got in my way, and the guy hit the ball down the first base line. and I didn't see it, and it jumped up, and I always wear cuffs, no matter what. If I'm just EHing If I'm playing the field, it doesn't matter. If I'm on a ball field, I'm wearing a cup.
You wear a cup when you EH?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
You never know when a throw might get silly out there.
Man, I got a couple that are like, oh, you dummy, but I can't think of anything that I was just like, I just wanted to go home.
I've had a lot of those, but that's normally when you don't hit very good. But
yeah, I've definitely had those. But I'm thinking like, like, oh, is there some play that happened that just like embarrassed the crap out of me or anything like that? I do know. I remember one time I was around at third base. Obviously, if you've watched any of the videos, you can tell I'm not exactly fleet of foot.
Neither one of us.
No, but I'm trucking, man. I'm coming around third base and trying my hardest to score. It's like if I want to run a little bit, I can kind of find some motivation to get going, and I did because I think it was a close game. I'm rounding third and doing my best to run fast and knees to the chest and everything else, doing the textbook running style, chopping wood, and next thing I know, man, it felt like somebody just like shot me out of midair. My shoe came off. Because I don't ever, honestly, I get on base and everybody's like, oh, run for Jesse, run for Jesse. So it's like, fuck it, let you guys run for me. I don't care. So, I usually just like tie my shoes pretty loose because all I got to do is hit and pitch. So, like, it's just like somebody just shot me out of midair. My shoe came off. Dude, I just went down like a sack of taters.
You went down?
No, dude, I just laid there. The ball ended up getting thrown away. Like, I look up and the catcher's running to get the ball. So I could have got up and ran back to third. I was like 20 feet from third base. I could have got up and ran back to third. I was just like laying there on my back. I look up, see he's got the ball. I thought about getting up, and I was just like, nope. So he just like lodged it to the third baseman. Third baseman comes over and touches me on the chest and then helps me up. It was terrible.
I did fall down coming out of the box about a month ago.
Ooh, I fell down swinging one time. That was a pretty good one.
I overswung, imagine that, and took off running to first and just hit the craters in a batter's box and just ate it right there.
I tipped it. I ticked it. I almost said swung and missed because that's what everybody said I did, but I didn't. And if I'd have hit this ball, this was like 4 years ago, and if I'd have hit this ball, it still wouldn't have landed. That's how hard I swung, and I foul tipped it. And dude, I just like my legs just like twisted, and I just like went straight down. Like if I had a corkscrew on my feet, I would have dug into the ground.
So, at least you wouldn't have fell down.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that would be kind of an embarrassing moment because I'll strike out looking. I strike out looking at least 2 or 3 times a year, but I'll swing
at bad pitches before I do that.
I can think of.
For everyone out there, I have terrible pitch selection.
Maybe we'll do an uncut video for Jordy one of these days and let him watch you swing at stuff at your head and at your feet. And...
Yeah, I hit the ones at my head pretty good because I can cut them. But...
Right, yeah. Just give her the old Jay Merritt chop.
Yeah, and get them hands above the ball.
That's right. But yeah, I don't know. That'd probably be it for me. Is I don't swing and miss. Man, I can probably count the times on one hand I've swung and missed playing slow pitch.
Oh, I love doing it.
I've foul tipped some stuff, but as far as like a complete whiff, I can think of a few times out of it, and that don't even embarrass me. Usually it's just me swinging at a crap pitch because I don't want to walk. I've got it in my head. I want to hit, and I don't want to walk. But yeah,
no matter what, if I swing and miss, the next ball normally comes off at the speed of sound.
Tony Wales is like the master of that. We're over there playing in that big tournament over in Springfield, the Mud Bash or whatever. Back when we used to go over there all the time, and he takes this big swing and a miss at a ball, and yeah, I mean it was horrible. Like, dude, like what are you swinging at bad? I mean it wasn't a bad pitch. He just missed it that bad. Mm-hmm. And the next pitch, I swear, Jordan was 4 feet off the ground and hit the 315-foot fence.
You just get locked in. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's like, my God, I can't miss another one.
Yeah, and you just, for some reason, that ball just finds the barrel every time.
He hit the gap so hard. It was hit right in the gap, too. He hit it so hard. It was on the fence. He didn't even have time to go to second. It got out there so fast.
Oh, that happens to me a lot. But that's just because I'm slow.
The first baseman goes, I don't know what I just saw. Like, we start kind of giggling a little bit. He goes, I play b-ball. He goes, I've never seen anyone swing and miss and then hit a ball that hard. He
You
goes,
just lose all. You just lose all Discord for everything else. You just hit it as hard as you can.
Oh, good old Tony Wales, man. But managed to get an hour in somehow. I was like, thinking, half hour, 40 minutes, we'll get it done. We ended up smashing out an hour, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the wrap-up of BP Hero Podcast, Season 3, Episode 2, brought to you by Evil Sports Softball fans, and something I'm going to talk about soon in a video, the BP Buddy. I'll tell you all about that, Jordan, in a little bit, because I can't spoil it for the listeners. So until next time, see you guys later. Thanks to Jordan for coming and filling in for the podcast. Hopefully we can hear from Will again soon, and we're out of here, guys.